Good morning, nice people out there listening and watching to African Union Television Monday, January 5, 2026, the year of our Lord. The news coming your way. My name is Kwesi Amankwa Agyeikum. Coming up, NPP 3% withholding tax on small-scale gold contributed to 2021 financial woes. Sami Jelfi. NP for Ayawaso East Nasser Turide. Major fire outbreak has occurred at the Kaswa New Market. The government of Ghana has expressed strong condemnation over what it describes as the unilateral and unauthorized invasion of Venezuela by the United States. Ghana has initiated diplomatic negotiations with Ukraine to secure the release of a Ghanaian national. The details. The Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Gold Board, Sami Jelfi, has blamed the drastic fall in small-scale gold production and foreign exchange inflows in 2021 on a fiscal policy change by the previous administration. Speaking on Joy FM's news file on January 3, 2026, Jelfi stated that the introduction of a 3% withholding tax on the small-scale gold sector that year caused exports to plummet from 39.3 tons, $2 billion in 2020 to just 3.4 tons, $185 million in 2021. He described the move as a costly mishap that deprived Ghana of billions in potential foreign exchange. In 2021, the NPP introduced a 3% withholding tax on small-scale gold. Small-scale gold export output declined sharply that year from 39.3 tons in 2020, worth $2 billion, to 3.4 tons. The whole year 2021, Ghana got 3.4 tons from small-scale sector because of 3% discount in the form of withholding tax, and FX inflows reduced from $2 billion from 2020 to $185 billion, Jelfi explained. Comparing this incident with the current strategic focus of both the Gold Board and the Bank of Ghana, Jelfi noted that the current primary mandate of these institutions is to bolster gold reserves, support currency stability, and enable broader economic policy. Ghana does not pursue its own accounting profits. Because the Bank of Ghana is a banker of last resort, it's a banker of government. It is mandated to achieve price stability and support the government's economic policy. They are to build reserves to ensure that your currency is strong. When you achieve that, the benefits you get render any accounting loss infinitesimal stated. Jelfi's comments came amid public discussions on Gold Board's financial performance. He dismissed recent reports of $214 million deficit as inaccurate. Citing provisional management accounts for 2025, Jelfi reported that Gold Board generated over $960 million in revenue against expenditures below $120 million, positioning the Member of Parliament for Ayawaso East, Mohammed Nasser Ture Mahama, has reportedly died. The information, according to multiple sources, indicates that he died on Saturday, January 4, 2026 afternoon. The sources say that close associates of the MP's family and the National Democratic Congress NDC confirmed the sad news on Sunday, December 4, 2025, although details surrounding his death remain sketchy at the time of filing this report. So far, no official statement has been issued from the NDC yet, although the Ashanti Regional Minister, Dr. Frank Amakwahine, has shared a cryptic message on his socials believed to be linked to his death. Nasser Ture Mahama, born on March 17, 1965 in Nima, Accra, was a seasoned politician who represented the Ayawaso East constituency in the Greater Accra region on the ticket of the NDC. He first entered Parliament in 2012 after winning the seat in the general elections and was re-elected in subsequent polls, including a resounding victory in the 2024 elections, where he garnered over 70% of the votes. A businessman by profession, Mahama held a Bachelor of Science degree in marketing from Central University, a diploma in governance from the Ghana Institute of Management and Public Administration, GIMPA, and a Master of Business Administration (MBA) from the Shisha University in Japan. AU will continue to update this story as and when new details emerge. A 31st-9/2025 prophecy by Prophet Eric Buahin Uche, in which he claimed to have foreseen 2 vacant seats in Parliament and urged families and individuals to pray for the safety of parliamentarians, has resurfaced following the death of the Ayawaso East MP earlier today.
Four, 6 of 1. Now, last year I said we should pray for our parliament. 2026, we should pray for our parliament again. There's a vacant seat in the parliament house again. Oh, four, 6 of 1 parliament. My mom, wow, what bush any what parliament? Me and one parliament. Wow, we need more be our parliament. Because enkonya mienu ebetu by election mienu esabetu. Now, last year I said we should pray for our parliament. 2026, we should pray for our parliament again.
And that was Prophet Eric Buahin Uche. Now, a major fire outbreak has occurred at the Kaswa New Market, prompting an emergency response from the Kaswa Fire Station and the Wager Fire Station. According to the Ghana National Fire Service, firefighters from both stations are currently at the scene, still battling the blaze in an effort to prevent it from spreading to nearby structures and shops. Meanwhile, all available fire pumps from Accra have been dispatched to support the ongoing firefighting operations due to the intensity of the fire.
All right, followers of Fire Service TV, Ghana National Fire Service, you are live from Kaswa New Market. Currently, there has been fire under control. The RFO has relayed fire under control, and we would like to have a conversation with him as you brief us as to what is actually happening here. Sir, you are welcome once again.
Thank you, my brother.
This is Kaswa New Market. We've met again.
Yes.
So what is happening here? Give us update.
So at 16:50 hours, we had a distress call through Fire Master Control reporting an outbreak of fire at Kaswa New Market. The first appliance was dispatched. They got here and realized that the fire has reached its developed stage. They called for assistance. As it stands, we've been able to mobilize 8 fire engines, 2 from the central region and 6 from the greater Accra region as we speak.
The 2 central regions, which stations are they?
From Swedru and then Kaswa itself here.
Kaswa. Okay. All right, sir. So, sir, has there been any casualty or any kind of person getting injured here?
No, there's no casualty. We've not registered any casualty. As we speak, some few hours ago, the fire had been confined, and as we speak, the fire is under control.
So under control, let's look at the market here. I learned just exactly a year we came here. Is it the same place or this a different place?
I think it's the same market but different locations. Yes.
So what are we doing now? Since you have given under control, what are we doing now?
No, processes of firefighting is such that when you give fire under control, the next thing is overhauling and salvaging. And then, of course, there are some places that there's still pockets of fire that we are cooling. Fire under control doesn't mean that fire is finally extinguished. So we are still here. All the 8 appliances are still here. And then we are going to ensure that it is finally extinguished before we leave here.
Whenever we are fighting fire, when as to market fires, we normally encounter challenges like access, route, and other stuff. Do you encounter the same thing that having access here?
Yeah, it is the same story. Access routes are not there. The whole streets has been taken over by the market women, and the general public will also not allow us to do the effective firefighting. They'll be obstructed. But all said and done, we have been able to bring the fire under control. That is what.
Anytime I meet you at the fire scene, we have been talking about segregation. This market, do they do this segregation or they have all other things? Futu fry, they are doing everything together.
It is the usual word. It is a mix. It's what you call normally mixed cargo. So everything is found in this market. You can see salt, you see tomatoes, you see sardine, you see all manner of things. Everything is mixed here.
Now let's talk about hydrant. Do they have any hydrant here?
Why? Not to the best of my knowledge. We've not cited even a single hydrant here. So we have to commute far and near to go and look for water to come and fight fire here.
So where have we been going for the replenishing?
Unfortunately, I don't actually know the locations.
But is it far from the fire scene?
Not that it's far. It's far from this place. It's far from, because when they go, it takes about 30 to 45 minutes before they will return.
I remember the last time the fire that went to Wager Junction, we encountered people trying to attack firefighters. And I have friend with Adamama and this one. Have you seen some kind of people having that kind of conversation here?
Yeah, I had some few uncomplimentary remarks, but as professionals, we decided to overlook it, and then we are fighting our fire.
Now to other stories, the government of Ghana has expressed strong condemnation over what it describes as the unilateral and unauthorized invasion of Venezuela by the United States and the subsequent abduction of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and his wife Cecile Flores in the early hours of Saturday, January 3, 2026. In a statement, Ghana said it was alarmed by the development, stressing that any unilateral use of force violates the United Nations Charter, international law, and the sovereignty, territorial integrity, and political independence of states. The government noted with grave concern remarks attributed to U.S. President Donald Trump, suggesting that the United States would run Venezuela and allow major U.S. oil companies to take control of its oil resources. Ghana describes such statements as reminiscent of colonial and imperialist ambitions, warning that they pose a serious threat to international stability and the global order. Now, Ghana has initiated diplomatic negotiations with Ukraine to secure the release of a Ghanaian national currently held as a prisoner of war. The Ukrainian government notified Ghana of the arrest and provided the individual's identity, which Ghanaian authorities have since verified. Records indicate that the national arrived in Moscow, Russia on July 7, 2024, where he reportedly signed a contract to join the 2nd Assault Company of the 71st Motorized Rifle Regiment of the 42nd Motorized Rifle Division, and later participated in hostilities in the Zaporizhzhia region. Ghana's Foreign Affairs Minister, Honorable Okudzeto Ablaka, said he is scheduled to travel to Ukraine in the coming weeks to continue negotiations for the citizens' release. Before we go the top stories again, NPP 3% withholding tax on small-scale gold contributed to 2021 financial woes, Sami Jamfi. NP for Ayawaso East, Nasser Turide. A major fire outbreak has occurred at the Kaswa New Market. The government of Ghana has expressed a strong condemnation over what it describes as the unilateral and unauthorized invasion of Venezuela by the United States. Ghana has initiated diplomatic negotiations with Ukraine to secure the release of a Ghanaian national. That ends Union Television News at 6. Sports is up next. DK Owens, stay with us.
Good morning, fellow viewers. Again, happy New Year as we begin the new year with all your latest on African television right here. My name is the Gateway coming up your way with the local stories and our local lifestyle scene. As we'll be taking you through the foreign scene as well, where we have over the weekends Premier League, La Liga, and then the Bundesliga as well. Thereby they are having yet start their own. Other leagues have kicked off on the second of their league. I will be taking you through to the League One, where we have all the stories as well as to the AFCON. It's not yet over. We are in the round of 16. The big giants are showing up, giving all the latest on your number one favorite radio station and your television, African Union Television. Do not forget to follow us on Facebook, African Union Television on Facebook, and then African Union Television GH on YouTube. Follow us too on TikTok, African Union Television, where you get all the comment section, and we will have a time for you to just. Let's look on to the Ghana Premier League match day 17 over the weekends, as we had over United vs 6, Pando Heart of Lion drawing on Friday. Then Sunday we have Aduana Stars versus Vision FC, where Vision FC beating Aduana Stars by 1-0, where we have Bechem United hosting Brekum Chelsea. It was a bonnet derby where Bechem United beating Brekum Chelsea by 1-0. Dream SC were beating Post Stars by 2-0. 11 Wonders hosting Goals Stars, where the Goals Stars beating Wonders 3-2. Then we have Nation FC hosting Carrera United, and then goalless draw at 0. Then we have Samatex 1996 beating Young Apostle by 2-0 at home. Sodo Blacks were at home beating Otoko 2-1, and that was a very humiliating result for the Kumasi Asante Kodogo. Diama were hosting also Folk, the Continental Club Masters, where they were beaten by 1-0 by Anketesi Salim Adams, who got the goal scorer for the day yesterday. Then let's quickly take you through the timetable, the table for the Ghana Premier League after the match day 17. Still, we have Mediama leading the table with 34 points. Then Babiani Goals are on second position with 32 points, where we have Marcia Santevoroko the third position with 30 points. Aduana Stars on the fourth position with 29 points. Hearts of Folk on fifth position with 28 points after match day 17. Samatex 1996 on the sixth position with 27 points. Carrera United coming up with seventh position with 25 points. Pando Heart of Lion, they were leading the beginning of the league, but now they are on eighth position with 24 points, where we have Swadro Oblaks ninth position with 22 points. Then John Apostle coming up with 10th position with 21 points. Vision FC 11th position with 21 points. Dreams FC 12th position with 20 points, where we have Nation FC on the 13th position with 20 points. Baseke Holy Stars 14th position with 20 points. Then we have Bechem United on 15th position with 19 points. The relegation zone are United struggling to get points to escape for the relegation with 18 points. Then Brekum Chelsea on the 17th with 18 points. 11 Wonders after match day 17 with 6 points. This is disgusting for 11 Wonders, as they have just get into the Ghana Premier League this year. They are struggling after changing their venue to Accra. It's difficult for 11 Wonders to get a sight after their match. Let's take you through the top 5 scorers of the Ghana Premier League of the match day 17, where we have Samuel Atakumi putting on the net with 8 goals after match day 17. Then we have Emmanuel Ano with 7 goals for Nation FC. We have Prince Tunebua with 7 goals. Then Randolph Mansa with 6 goals for Stradro Oblast. Then we have Sraj Saidu of Dreams SC netting 6 goals. That are your top scorers for the Ghana Premier League after match day 17. Then quickly taking you through the NASCO man of the match, where we have Kwame Paul, who was named the NASCO man of the match after the game against Ohio United versus Pando Heart of Lions. Salim Adams was the striker or the tormentor who got away with the MVP, where we have Mediama against Asafo yesterday. Then Roland Levia, who won the man of the match after their game against Asante Kodoko at the Straddle of Black Park. Then we have Evan Safo, who also sent home with the MVP, where they were taking against Carrera United as home. Christian Owusu also won the MVP against Basake Holy Star for Drips FC. Then Williams Dankwa, where 11 Wonders versus Vivian Gosas lost that game. Then we have Ban Atta Regain, also won the man of the match for Bechem United, where Brekum Chelsea were at home beating them at that match. Then we have Meshach Ajete Sowa also went home with the MVP, where Adriana Stars versus Fishing FC match take on the Christian Agyeikum Boateng also with so many fantabulous game he had against John Apostles at that day. That's the NASCO man of the match for the weekends. That Ghana Premier League for you. Then let's quickly run through the Division 1 matches after match day 14. This one, it was so interesting. Other places too, it was so sad. But let's take you through the Zone 1A, where we have Sakara National were beating TV Potential by 1-0, where we have the Northern City against Tamal City, where Tamal City beating Northern City by 1-0. Wow, Powers were beating Real Tamale United at home, where we have Yampai 2, Volga All Stars 1 at the Zone 1A. Then we move to the Zone 1B, where we have Victor Cloud Warriors beating Brekum Arsenal by 2-1. Derby United were hosting Doma Unity, beating them by 4-2. Techiman Liberty Youth done it again by beating Lagos City after relegating from the Premier League in the Zone B by 4-0. This is not NBA, a football match. The Mighty Royals draw against KAC Academy in the Zone 1B. Then the Zone 2, where we have second 11 wise, the beating Safi All Stars by 1-0. New Edubiase drawn against Ebony FC, where we have Park Academy were losing at home to FC Asgo. That game ended in sadness. I'll give you the details of that game. Then we have a Supons Fidelity beating Sky FC by 3-1, where we have Soccer Intellectuals beating Amina Sharks by 1-0. Abusian Bontua Dwarf and the Pandi beating Future Stars by 4-0. Kim Fensa, Alaji Guza and his boys draw against UCC Stars. In the Zone 2, they will be having the standing match, which is 3:00 p.m. at the TNA Park, where Ras Park will be hosting Police National. That is the Zone 2 for you. Then let's go take you through the Zone 3, where we have the Atrim Divisa were beating Wafa by 2-0. Great Ambition were losing at home to Golden Warriors, where they were beating Great Ambition by 3-0. Nagot FC were hosting Accra Lions, beating them by 2-1, where we have Home Stars getting their victory against Great Olympics. As Akara FC were drawn against FC Nania, where we have Oko United also drawn against Sampai FI. Port City to draw with True Democracy. That game was postponed because of certain things, so we'll be waiting to get that results for that game. Then today we'll be having Inter Allies versus Golden Cakes, 3:00 p.m. at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. That is the Zone 3 for you in the Ghana Premier League division. Sorry, this is the Division 1 for you. Then let's take you through the incidents that happened shockingly in the match day 14 in the Access Bank Division 1 League, where we have the Park Academy where Ash Gold has returned it to now Ashanti Gold. We're beating them by 1-0. That game is so disgusting, as you can see on your screen. This is that scorching result that we have that game. It was unfortunately that match, a Pole City versus True Democracy. It is the end. That is what I say. You will be giving you the outcome of that match, because as it stands, we don't know a match when it will be played, because that is the incidents that take on between Port City and then True Democracy yesterday at Ukuntumi. In the first half that this incident happened. Then if my MCR will give me, if you are having that video where we have then the Park Academy 2, where they were taken along with Ashanti Gold, where that match 2 ended with their sadness, where players were injured through that game. That is on the screen for you. It was so disgusting, as we saw in the Ghana Premier League. As we only know that it's football, we are all to entertain, go home. Suddenly, you go home by injured. This is the players for Ash Gold, where they were taken right to hospital. Amaredini, who was also passed as a cameraman, or let me say the photographer, and a few, they were also serious injured at the park for that game. Then let's take you through the Ghana Black Stars as we are preparing, getting ready to go in the World Cup, where we'll be facing our opponent England and then other countries. And our jersey is now out, so it's up to you. You rate this jersey over 10. Over 10. This is our home jersey. Ghana people are saying, I intend tying jersey, you know that. So this is our home jersey that we'll be using, and the way also there for you. That's the yellow, and then I don't know whether it's gold color, black, or something. People are talking about the jersey. I don't know you to what you have to say about the Ghana jersey we just released 2 days ago, where we'll be taking to the World Cup. So these are the jerseys that we'll be using in the World Cup. So as the professor were giving out at the 31st that Ghana will be going to the finals and so blah blah blah. So these are your jerseys that you'll be sending to the World Cup. That is Ghana football for you. Then quickly taking through the AFCON Cup of Nations, which is quickly going on in Morocco in 2025, as the Morocco is hosting the other countries which are there. Unfortunately, Ghana is not being participated. It is so interesting in Morocco, as the round stage 16 yesterday we got a game fantastic where the Morocco, the host nation, beating Tanzania by 1-0. Can't get to see Ibrahim Diaz once again go to goal yesterday. The Madagascar player showing up after switching his nationality. Then let's take you through Cameroon. Yesterday too, they beat South Africa, Bafana by 2-1. Then we have Chomadien getting a goal. Then we have Ofani, who also had a goal, and then equalized by Makompa, who equalized the game for the South Africa. But unfortunately, Maroon has booked their ticket into their quarterfinals. Then we have Mali. We also head with Tunisia, which was a very great game for that one too. It ended in the goalless, where in the penalty shootout, the Malians has done it again and booked their ticket into their quarterfinals. Then we will be having a great game in the quarterfinals, where we'll be having Teranga Lions of Cameroon will be hosting Morocco, the host nation, in the quarterfinals stage. This is the pair for the quarterfinals, will be coming up just few days in next to come. Then a shocking result or story in the AFCON. The Malians have not won any game. Listen very careful. They have not won any game in AFCON this 2022. Listen, they haven't won any game. But they will draw with you. At the end, they will win the game for you. That is the Malians for you. So in this AFCON this year, the Mali have not won any match in the year. We have to draw with Tunisia, draw with Tanzania, then other countries. By now, they have their ticket in the quarter-final stage. That is surprisingly for the Malians. In terms of goal possession, they will give it to you. By goal scoring is their problem. That is the Malian for you. Then we will take into through those who are battling for the golden boot in the AFCON Cup just going on, where we have the 35th edition. The goal scorers are Remares, 3 goals. Then we have El Kabi of Morocco with also 3 goals. Then Ben Diaz in Morocco, also 3 goals. Then we have Oyendika in Nigeria, also 2 goals. And then we have Nicola Jackson, 2 goals, and that follow. So who is going to carry the golden boot on his shoulder after the end of the tournament for you? Then today, the matches that we'll be having in the round 16 are, we'll be having the Pharaohs of Egypt hosting Benin, 4 o'clock p.m. Then the Super Eagles of Nigeria, Victor Osimhen, and then the rest will also playing alongside Mozambique, 7 o'clock p.m. That's AFCON for you. Then FIFA has imposed a registration ban on Libya club Al Muraj after a club failed to meet its financial obligation to join Antwi Duku despite the earlier decision order payment follow. So that is for you. Now a club called Al Muraj has been banned by FIFA. That is that breaking news for you this morning. Then that ends the local scene for you, as we'll be taking you through our foreign scene, exciting weekends for you as we take you through the weekend results. Luckily, the big results that we get over the weekends as we enter into the new year. In the La Liga, we were having a derby, super derby, where we have Barcelona visiting Espanyol, local rival match, where Barcelona were beating Espanyol by 2-0. Captaincy Daniel Kofi Omo getting the first goal, and these goals that Barcelona scored over the weekends is just, let me say, and nearly missed this point. By the boys did a very job for the Catalonians, where Daniel Omo netting in the 86th minute. Then we have Robert Lewandowski giving the 2 goals for the Barcelonans, where they carried the kittens with 3 points against Espanyol, and that was a hit for the Barcelona. Then yesterday too, we have Real Madrid were also beating Real Betis by 5-1, as it was in the year 2021. Sorry, 2025, where Madrid was struggling to have a point with Xavi Alonso tactics. The boys is blah 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 on the social media. Now, yesterday, they have shown that indeed they have spent the year very well. So yesterday, a young chap, a Caflas player called Gonzalo Garcia yesterday got his first goal, a story back it on. His first goal for La Liga and first hat-trick for La Liga. First race to end was so sensational finish by Gonzalo Garcia yesterday as they beat Real Betis by 5-1, where Frank Garcia also had a 5th goal. And then Hernandez equalized on the 62nd minute for Real Betis. So now Barcelona has still taken the lead of the La Liga table for you. Then yesterday, a relegated side, Real Sociedad, on a 15th position of the league in the La Liga, yesterday, shared the points with Atletico Madrid yesterday. Then we have a player, Guedes, get a first goal for Real Sociedad. Then we have Alexander Sladov also equalized for Atletico Madrid yesterday as the point was shared. Then we will take you through the Italian Serie A di Calcio, where yesterday we have a shocking results for Inter Milan against Bologna. Remember that Bologna were emulated Inter Milan in the Scudetto, emulating Inter Milan by going to the final to AC Milan, where they lost to AC Milan. Napoli in the Supercoppa the Italia, where yesterday Inter Milan do their homework, correction well, facing them once again and beating them by 3-1. Where yesterday we have Zelensky getting a goal, and Lautaro Martinez, Marcus Thuram were the scorers for yesterday game for Inter Milan, where we have Castro also getting the goal for Bologna. As the Serie A, Napoli, Inter Milan topping the Serie A with this win yesterday. Then we have another 3 red card game yesterday. Wow. Where Lazio were hosting Napoli and Nospetes, where we have Antonio Conte and his boys beating Lazio by 2-0. But that game was so dicey. If my MCR would give me that video where Antonio Conte was trying to take the players not to fight yesterday at the touchline, but unfortunately, red card was given there too, and it was so sad for that game where we have red card, 3 red card yesterday at that game, where we have Rossani getting 2 yellow cards, which lead into a red card, and then we have Morestek also getting a red card yesterday. Then we have Masuki also getting red card for Napoli yesterday. That game was so dicey in the Cato Italia for you. And then yesterday, that is on your screen, when Antonio Conte was trying to seek the boys from fighting, but unfortunately, it is when the boys are mad indeed in the field, it is very difficult for you to separate them yesterday, and that game was so interesting. Then my answer will give me yesterday rival neighbor. Where yesterday we have Paris Saint-Germain meeting their rival, that's Paris FC. They're all in the same community. The interval is 17 meters just between Paris FC and Paris Saint-Germain, where the venue is Parc des Princes and the Paris FC. The interval is just 15 meters away for Paris FC. Yesterday, when they met, a first meeting derby yesterday, where Paris Saint-Germain beating them by 2-1. And this was the first time that we have French top division meeting since 1978. Since 1978 that these 2 rivals met. Yesterday it was a good game for Paris Saint-Germain, where they are beating their Paris FC by 2-1, where we have Desiree Doué getting a goal, and then Ousmane Dembele, a superstar, also getting another goal for the Paris Saint-Germain. Then let's get to the Premier League, where we have the super weekends, where we have Liverpool drawing against Fulham. That shocking result where Body Gakpo were leading. The Liverpoolians have just ended of the 90 minutes that Liverpool was thinking that they are now going with the 3 points. Unfortunately, Harrison came from nowhere to equalize that goal at the 90+7 minutes, and it was a shocking result for the Liverpool where they drew that game yesterday. As we have Van Vet yesterday got a goal, and then Body Gakpo, and Van Vet got another goal, but it was disallowed by the VAR for you. And let me remind you that, do you know that Nottingham Forest, Fulham, Leeds, and Sunderland, these are clubs that Arne Slot, after taking over the Liverpool, struggling to beat in the Premier League. Nottingham Forest is fed them 3 times without win. Fulham 3 times, Leeds 2 times, and Sunderland 1. These are the clubs that Arne Slot, after taking over Liverpool, getting it difficult to win. Then let's move on to the weekends, to where we have Manchester United 2 were drawing against Leeds United. Wow. And Leeds United has extended their unbeaten games to 7 games in a row without losing, where yesterday Marcus Cunha winning the goal for Manchester United in the 65th minute. They struggled to equalize that goal after Arosan getting the first goal for Leeds United. Then Wolves also beating Western United. Nuno Espirito Santo, where he former coach for Wolves, now coaching Western United, Wolves were beating them by 3-0. That was the first win in the Premier League this season. First time in the Premier League season after beating Western United yesterday, and it was so interesting for that game. Then Arsenal also did a job yesterday, as they have scoring 5 goals for their extending now. Arsenal are leading the Premier League with 6 points after Manchester City yesterday drawing against Chelsea at Etihad Sports Stadium. And that was a shocking result for Pep Guardiola and his boys for Foden. And then Erling Haaland and co. Yesterday we have Ray Yandes, who got the goal for Manchester City at the 42nd minute. Then 90+4, Aiketensi player Enzo Fernandez coming from nowhere to equalize that goal for them. As much as Chelsea has not having coach that sacking Enzo Maresca. Now their caretaker manager, which is Alan Harlan, who is taking the Chelsea team now to look for a better coach. Then now let's take you to the Premier League, where we Arsenal with 48 points, then Manchester City with 42, Aston Villa 42, Liverpool on a 4th position with 34, then Chelsea on a 5th position also with 31 points. That is the Premier League for you. Ruben Amorim refused to clarify that his own words had not been able to meet the cost of building a squad to play his 3-4-3. He did not want to talk about that formation. That is Ruben Amorim for you. He said he will still be a Manchester United manager, not a coach. He will be there till his colleague or somebody coming to take him over. So for now, he is a manager for Manchester United and he's happy for his job. And Barcelona dominant over Espanyol in the derby, and it is always well because now Barcelona has beaten Espanyol in their local rival derby 6,160 days. Espanyol has not been beaten Barcelona. The last time they beat Barcelona was 2009 in February. That is in the La Liga. And Hassan Flick, after taking over Barcelona, here are his stats. 86 games, 64 wins with 248 goals with 3 trophies for Hans Flick. Okay? Hassan Flick has doing the work. And after the game over the weekends, he said he did not deserve that win. Hassan Flick, after the late win versus Espanyol, he did not deserve these 3 points at all. That is Hassan Flick for you. And Espanyol manager Manoli Gonzalo also said he was airs off because that match they should have won the game against Barcelona. But fortunately, that is football for you. And the most fantastic player of the day was Joan Garcia, who got the MVP after that derby. And it was classic after the fans were throwing all sort of things, all sort of noise on him. If my MCR would give me that reaction from Lamiri Yamar on IG, saying that he is crazy. Joan Garcia, one of the best goalkeeper, as his coach confirmed that Joan Garcia is the best goalkeeper they have signed this season. And he's classic after meeting his former club Espanyol. Despite the poster from the fans, if my SCR will give me 1, 2, 3 row, then we have yesterday the fans over the weekends showing on the stadium Jean Rat. So confirming player or somebody to an animal. It is so bored. But yesterday over the weekend, he was so fantastic in the play. And then he said, never forgiveness to betray. Okay, no forgiveness for betrayal. So you saw on the banners everywhere. That is for Joan Garcia before that game. Estefano, you were one of us. We do not want to forgive you. You left for the biggest rival, Judas. Your love for the class was never real. So which means I love this class, I love Espanyol, which means all that of noise were nothing for Joan Garcia as the fans protest to the player. But in all this, it was so fantastic over the weekends. His FC Barcelona we sing the game. Then yesterday too, Gonzalo Garcia also became now the second player to score 3 goals in a debut for La Liga in the 21st century after Rui van Nistelrooy, September 2006 against Levante, where we have that record. And yesterday, suddenly, the fans whistled at Vinicius Jr. when he was taken off, and the player went straight to the dressing room after the change of Vinicius Jr. And it was so sad for Vinicius yesterday. And Gonzalo Garcia, after the game, shared his excitement for Real Madrid when dream come true for him to get that kind of fantastic debut yesterday for Real Madrid, and he's keeping on to do more for Real Madrid. That is why he's there to do for Real Madrid. And then yesterday, Vinicius Jr. had his 150th victory for the club. As you can see on the screen, Florentino Perez presented that jersey to Vinicius Jr. after the game. And Florentino Perez shared his excitement and so proud of Gonzalo Garcia, as he is from the academy. Rather, as Madrid getting that sack player from the academy, he's so happy for Gonzalo Garcia. That is for you. And then Chelsea coach Enzo Maresca is the first manager in the Premier League history to leave a club on a New Year day. Wow. Chelsea for you. Despite all this man, what this man has done for Chelsea club, winning them with a club FIFA Club World Cup, beating Paris Saint-Germain, winning that trophy. Then all sort of matches you can talk of. Chelsea. So that is Chelsea for you. And yesterday, Enzo Fernandez on Maresca, that difficult moment for us. So he is a top manager. Of course, I am sorry for him. It is part of football. We keep going. That is Enzo Fernandez on his former coach Enzo Maresca. And yesterday we can see the caption of Callum McFarlane with the captain of Reece James in Chelsea after drawing against Manchester City. Now Chelsea are on the market, and I can confirm and say just a few seconds we'll be giving a confirmation from the Chelsea camp that shop-work manager is Liam Rosner will be arriving for Chelsea takeover. That boy, or let me say, this man is also having a very tactical brain, which can lead Chelsea to a certain experiment for the league. So Chelsea will be expecting this man, and camp will be taking over after Enzo Maresca dispatcher. That is Chelsea for you. And as already, the transfer window in this winter is very dangerous for you. So let me say, in 24 hours before tomorrow, give you another story concerning this transfer, where we'll be having Liam Rossi moving to Chelsea to take over Chelsea Shaw. Good morning once again. Here is African Union Television. We have more to save you, but our time will be preparing for another program. So kudos to my production team, then to my cameraman, gentleman in the house. He came for you, this boy. He came. Boss. And kudos to my MCR over there. Agyeikum Wilson Kofi for short for you. Every Kofi, people have been saying that Kofi people. No. Stop. Kudos to this man. He's been doing a fantastic and marvelous job over here in Africa. Television, fresh boy in the house, gentleman in the house, a great man in the house. For you, that's Kofi Agyeikum Wilson. Always being overnight. Hey, wow. Kudos, bro. Everything will be fine. I have the DK wins. Bearing happiness. Be a true Christian to save your life on the age of 8. On it.
Pulling up politely. Another flashpoint. Maricic.